those users of YouTube that have made ample use of the free YouTube Video Editor to compile separate clips together to form one continuous and contiguous video file for public viewing and exhibition on YouTube will be left in the lurch come September 20th of 2017, when YouTube retires the video editor from service. And it's been said that the reasoning behind their decision is a lack of interest and use over the past 6 or so years that it's been available. So video editor and photo slideshows is going away on September 20th. Many free and third-party editing tools available if you're looking for new editing software. And with that statement, brought about a curiosity that I've had for quite some time, and that I wish to try some other piece of editing software and see how it compares to the old standby that has served me very well. Serif Movie Plus X5, as recommended by YouTube user VWestlife. Has excellent deinterlacing. It's a simple no-frills editor. The one that I've heard and seen recommended the most to people looking for an easy-to-use alternative to the outgoing YouTube video editor is OpenShot. You can see the feature list here. Touts of it supporting many video, audio, and image formats. Desktop integration, clip resizing, scaling, trimming, snapping, and cutting. And in my searching for alternative video editors, again, not because I have any intention of retiring from use at Serif Movie Plus, but just out of curiosity and curiosity alone, came across this listing on eBay.com. Just says Video Editing Software Editor Converter Ultimate Windows, and there's no mention anywhere in the listing of specifics, no branding or brand name provided. It just lists the requirements, the software. There's no name provided. The screenshots provided on OpenShot's official website look remarkably similar to those provided in this listing for video editing software. Look like the same screenshots to me, but I'll let you be the judge. For some odd reason, it defaults to opening transitions when you first start the program, unlike virtually every other video editor that defaults to project files or an import file box or something similar to that. So you do get a conventional menu bar and some controls here for creating a new project and saving and importing files and profiles and things of that nature. So for some reason they're calling it Choose Profile when it really should say Project Settings or something to that effect. So I have it set to DVD widescreen NTSC, since the majority of the video that I'm going to be testing with this program is either DV-AVI files or files created with this camera, which are MPEG-2 DV NTSC widescreen video files. And to really put the video editor through its paces, I have created a number of video clips with varying formats, containers, and codecs. I have an MTS file created with a Canon high-definition camcorder, MOV file created with a point-and-shoot camera, an MOV file created with a point-and-shoot camera, DV-AVI, Motion JPEG AVI, I believe that's H.264 MP4 standard 1080p video from a Sony CyberShot, an MOD file, which is just an MPEG-2 interlaced video file from a standard definition camcorder, and then an MPEG-1 video clip from my Sony Mavica floppy disk camera, actually 2 of those, and then just a JPEG image just to round out the bevy of tests I hope to conduct with this program. Unlike Serif Movie Plus, where it differentiates the main video track between the overlay and the audio, this one just has a bunch of tracks, which might be a good thing if you just want to add multiple tracks. And this is supposed to be a widescreen video file. You might be noticing that, well, it's 4:3, there's black bars on either side. And if we look very close, you'll see the unmistakable artifacts of interlaced video being played as a progressive video file with no deinterlacing. And this is where things begin to take a turn for the worse rather quickly. The video plays just fine. Rather smoothly. No drop frames or anything like that that I could see, and whether or not the video editor during preview actually drops frames is of little consequence, because once you render it you won't have those drop frames. But a rather ersatz approach is taken to deinterlacing video files. This is the first time I've ever seen deinterlacing implemented as a video effect and considered the same thing, considered in the same class as mosaic and blur and color saturation effects. And you just notice that when I clicked that, this went from being full screen to now minimized, or I should say reduced size, not fully minimized. It's going off the bottom of my screen, and that's actually a glitch inherent with this program. This is currently version 2.3.4 running on Windows 7 Professional 64-bit. And whenever you click something like effects, let's see if it does it now. Now see, now it's not going to do it. But before I kept trying to play the video and it just kept minimizing the video and reducing its size. Although now thankfully it doesn't seem to be doing that. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen deinterlacing, something as basic as deinterlacing, in the same classification as other video effects such as blur or brightness and contrast. So drag this in, and I think it did something. Oh, it still has those jagged lines. So let's try that again. There we go. See, now it took it. It says D for deinterlace, I would assume. Still see some artifacts of deinterlacing, but that's to be expected on all but the very best of deinterlacing algorithms. Go to play this, and well, aside from it skipping, actually kept freezing up on me every time I was trying to use it. So what it looks like it's doing is trying to create some sort of a proxy as you play it, but until it gets to that point of playing the proxy, it's very choppy. And this isn't HD or 4K. This is just standard MPEG-2 widescreen video with a bitrate of around 9 megabits per second on an amply equipped Core 2 Duo computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM, mind you. I'm going to try to play this now, and okay, it's not playing for some reason. Now that's promising. I've rewound the playhead back to the beginning of the proxy or cache and go to play this now. And it's not playing. I think it froze. And now the whole program locked up on me. It says not responding. Yeah, see, it just says not responding. So I'll just close this out, start it anew. Okay, now it says your most recent unsaved project has been recovered, and it's actually properly detected the aspect ratio is 16:9. Let's see. Oh no, it didn't. Alright, not too sure what happened there. For that brief moment when I first turned this on, you probably saw that those black bars weren't there, and now they just returned. And it just froze again. And trying to close the program has now caused it to again not respond. It's locked up. Can't close the program until you force quit it. See, this is very strange. I just restarted it again. See, it's 16:9, and then the moment you go to preview it, it goes back to 4:3. Now, why does it do that? And see, it did it again. I just went and right-clicked Properties, and sure enough, it did the same thing again. So let's try that. Properties. Oh, I have to close this out first. See? It just did it again. So you could just, it doesn't even matter what you're doing. It just automatically resizes the window and goes off the screen every time these tooltips pop up. These 1080i AVCHD.mts files created with virtually any high-definition camcorder capable of recording AVC HD video don't appear to play in this current version of OpenShot. I just imported it and it's doing virtually the same thing it was with the standard definition video. It won't even make an attempt to play, nor will it try to cache the video, and similarly scrubbing using the playhead is also not working. So the mpeg2.mod files and avchd.mts files both don't appear to play properly in OpenShot, and it could be argued that, you know, this isn't primarily intended for use with these kinds of video clips. Maybe just use this with video files created with a point and shoot camera. So in my sample video file folder, I have some clips that are created with regular camcorders, or I should say cameras. But before I test those video clips taken with regular point and shoot digital cameras, such as motion JPEG AVI and H.264 MP4 files, I'm going to try importing the DV-AVI video clip created with WinDV, just recorded from a Canon GL2, and I guess the delete key doesn't... Oh. I was trying to delete the video clip and it just crashed. Oh, that's lovely. It says not responding. And it's not loading. So, have to try again. Okay, it doesn't... See, it's trying to recover the project. I don't want it to. Okay, see, now it deleted the video clip when I pressed the delete key on the keyboard. So I'm going to try importing the DV-AVI file again. See what happens. It actually did work this time. It's now playing in the... Oh, but see, this is supposed to be 16:9 video, and there's no way that I can see to resize it. Get those black bars everywhere. And if you click properties, which is where you normally would go to resize it, you see it, there's that bug again. It resized the video window, and then you have to drag it back up or maximize it. All these different settings here, I have no clue what any of these do. Like this, enable audio or video. It says -1, but that must mean that they're enabled. So do you set it to -2? Do you set it to 0? Do you set it to 1? Don't really know. There's no way really I could see to change any of these settings. Oh, maybe that's... There we go. Stretch. Oh, well, that's how we fix it. So now we've resized the video. Let's try deinterlacing it. Drag deinterlace onto the clip. And it did deinterlace. Is it going to play again? Yes, it will. It's very stuttery, though. And I don't even believe there's a way to change the quality of the playback window. So you're just stuck with this jittery video, and this is playing on a dual-core machine with 4 gigabytes of RAM. The audio's cutting in and out, so totally unacceptable. Alright, before this crashes again, I'm just going to try exporting a video with it. Well, the video did export successfully, but I've noticed a lot of jagged edges and diagonal lines. Oh, this isn't the best quality deinterlacing available. In fact, this is probably just field interpolate, and it's not blending the fields. So, like on that branch right there, you get all those jagged edges and lines. Just doesn't look nice. But I'm sure there will be people that will come along and argue that most people aren't using interlaced video sources these days, with everything being progressive, high definition. So now time to try some high definition video. Now this is strange. This is a 1080p high definition MP4 progressive video file, and it's still considering it 4:3. So I don't know what's going on. I'm actually going to restart this just in case it's some leftover settings from previously. And I'm going to open up OpenShot one more time. Okay, let's try this one more time. Import the video, import to the timeline, and yep, sure enough, it's for some reason considering it 4:3. Maybe the third time's a charm. Set this to 1080p, 29.97. See if we get any improvements. Nope, it still thinks it's 4:3 video. Okay, let's just try a 1280 by 720 AVI video file. Maybe that'll work. Losing track of how many tries this is taking. Let's import this again. Program crashed before. And why isn't it going to the beginning of the timeline now? See, now we have blank space, and it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Now it's finally sticking. And as soon as I click that, yep. See, there's no way to get rid of this stupid pop-up without the program resizing itself. And then it goes away. And it just locked up again. You might have heard the audio play for a split second. Now it's stuck. Alright, this is going to be my last attempt at editing video. This is an MPEG-1 video with circa 1998 or 99 technology and codecs. And let's see if this even plays.
This is a sample 240p video recorded with the Sony Mavica.
Well, surprise, surprise, that plays just fine. Alright, this is a clip I recorded with my Kodak EasyShare. And apparently there's no rippling enabled, so if I just drag it anywhere, it'll just stay there. I have to manually slide it next to the next video, which is not a problem. People dislike. Okay, now what's going on over here? It's playing this 320 by 240 video file with a black bar on the bottom of it. So you get black bars on either side because, well, I have the project set to 16 by 9, so that's no fault of the program. But where is this mysterious black bar coming from on the bottom of the video? The video just froze again. Okay, I think that's enough messing around for this evening. And now it's, why isn't it? Oh, it's not responding again, so apparently asking the program to close causes it to lock up as well. I must say with much regret that my previous attempts at using OpenShot to just import video, let alone even edit it or export it as a usable file, were some of the buggiest experiences I've ever encountered. And I don't like to bash open source software because the software developer owes you absolutely nothing. They're going out of their way, using their time and talent to write a piece of software, but I have to say my experience using OpenShot was nothing less than miserable, trying to just edit some basic video clips together. So as much as I wanted to give OpenShot high marks, just can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. Between the little nagging issues and quirks and glitches apparent almost everywhere you look, like this thing. See, now it's gone. But if I, do something again and go to effects, now there we go. Resizes the program window for no reason. I didn't ask it to. Aside from it getting wrong on almost every occasion, the aspect ratio of videos, basic standard definition DV-AVI video can't even play properly. Well, it can. That is, of course, until you ask it to be deinterlaced. And if you happen to deinterlace it and the program doesn't actually crash and actually accepts that you're asking it to be deinterlaced, which it isn't doing right now. There we go. Took 3 tries to get that to work. Now you try playing it, and you're going to have the audio and video cut out on you every few moments. Highly irritating when editing video. Not to mention that for every clip you import now that's supposed to be widescreen, supposed to be imported as widescreen, and has its widescreen flags correctly set in the video's metadata, you have to now go into every single clip and resize it and change it. Again, if it doesn't keep resizing the video window here. And scroll down to where it says scale, and then press stretch. And then, and only then, will you get it to display as a widescreen video. But that can obviously grow highly irritating and irksome in behavior when you're dealing with a multitude of clips generated by any run-of-the-mill digital camera or camcorder. So please don't accost me for my review of OpenShot 2.3.4. Had no idea that this was going to be as buggy as it was. It's quite unfortunate. Maybe it just hasn't, it's not in its prime just yet. So as much as I really wanted to like and enjoy using OpenShot, I just cannot give my recommendation. And this video was additionally created in answer to all of the emails and messages I have received from people suggesting that I use OpenShot as a video editor in lieu of that flawed Honestech Honest Video Editor I reviewed some time ago. It is my hope that my findings, as documented in this video, will discourage those people that have, over the past months, incessantly pestered me to install and use OpenShot as my primary video editor from continuing to inundate my inbox.